Call the meeting to order. First and foremost, got a shout out. To Daniel,
Mm-mm.
what's it, how old is he?
10.
10-year-old. Yep. Had a friend that down with cancer and decided he wanted to do a bottle and can drive for him. And he wanted to raise $5,000. So I asked Randy Brown, our resident mathematician, how many bottles and cans that was, and he said a lot of them. And, but what did he actually end up raising?
6,617 cents.
Wow.
That's a lot of bottles and cans.
Yeah.
That deserves a shout out.
Yep.
And second one goes to Greg. That was Dave Bradman's house burnt, total loss. You did a GoFundMe. 80,000, what was it?
97,000?
$97,000 raised.
Yeah.
Yep. So you hear about it in other places. People do this, but it happens here in Canton too.
Oh,
So that's a big shout out, both of you. Very good. And so, all right. Probably should mention Johnny Gustafson too.
Yeah, you should.
Our attorney is not here, but he's in Milan,
We know where he
and
is.
his son did finish 11th
in the
in men's,
world.
in the world in men's single luge, so. Big shout out to Johnny too, so, very good. Public comment. You don't like, nothing you want to talk about, very good. All right. Approval of minutes. Organizational meeting of January 14th and the regular board meeting of January 14th. Do we have a motion to approve?
So move.
Motion made, second,
Second.
all in favor?
Right?
Aye. And we'll table approval of the special joint meeting, meeting minutes. Because, didn't have time to get them done. Correspondence. As always, we get a nice message from the county chamber on Winterfest.
Yep.
Thanks for sending that, Tom. You're keeping us up to speed on what's going on with the county chamber and what's going on what's in Canton especially, so.
Thank you.
Best in my 3 years. Best, we've been kept up to the.
Okay.
Yep.
well,
Very good.
Got a email from Herb Bullock, who's on the Kent Tree Committee, and they submitted some ideas for the 250th National Celebration. And some ideas for tree planting and whatnot at the up at the school. We discussed it a little bit at our joint meeting with the village. And we've got a committee now of Beth Larrabee from the village and Greg Kaya from the town, and they're working on that. We received our first sales tax check. It was $296,839, approximately $8,000 less than a year ago. However, if we do that for all 4 checks, we will hit budget. I did pull up an interesting email from the comptroller's office that says local sales tax collections up 4.5% over prior year. You know, I'm taking a look at it. There was 5 counties in New York State out of the 62.
mhm.
Sales tax revenues were down. Guess who one of them was? We were down 3 overall, 3%, but it's, anybody wants to, I don't know if you've had a chance to see it, but it lists all the counties and by quarter, and it's interesting thing to look through. Anybody wants to. And that is it for correspondence. Town finance report. Angela, you're up.
Good evening, thank you. Handed out ahead of time in the meeting was the January 2026 finance report. Naturally, everything's under budget, so that's good. But the one thing that we did do is we have updated the ending fund balance coming out of 2025, have indicated that it's tentative. We should be through receiving invoices or revenues that should be accrued into prior year. So now what we are doing is getting all the numbers finalized, and we'll be filing the AFR here in probably a month and a half, 2 months. But you will note that that is a tentative fund balance for each of those funds, different than the report we handed out the month prior, and that is why.
Anyone have any questions for Angela? All good? Audit committee.
Ready? Fund A, $46,803.07. Outside B, $6,220.70. DA account, $54,723.48. DB, $2,105.96. Special fire, this is the big one, $268,000. Special lighting, $375.02. And trust and agency, $12,735.07.
Motion to approve,
So move.
second,
Second.
any discussion? So fire districts, that's the 138,000 to Canton, the 60,000 to Rensselaer Falls, the 60,000 to Paradise. And we pay Morley on a monthly basis, and so that's why.
That's why it's on.
So we've satisfied all of our fire with the exception of Morley, that they said we do on a monthly basis. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Department report.
I missed your first meeting. so I
Let's
know
have
this
some,
is second.
let's have some recreation.
Obviously, probably the biggest thing is the outdoor rink is fully functional for first time since probably Larry Olmsted retired. So that was nice. We've had a great winter for it. It's getting a lot of usage. We finally got the lights fixed, so kids are out there till 10 o'clock at night. It's great. They're having a great time. We hosted a club hockey game between SUNY Canton and St. Lawrence, which SUNY Canton just shared some aerial photos of the game, so that's nice. That was organized by Pat Martin, who's the coach at the SUNY Canton. And really, without Tim Applenap and Rob Newvine and their volunteers, it would not happen. Because we're, tight budget, not a lot of people, and it takes a lot of man hours to do it. So it's great. And the users have been great. We have big snow pushers for them to borrow, and they push it off to the side, and it's nice. It's getting a lot of use, so it's well worth the effort. Other than that, I'm gonna say high school, boys and girls varsity. Girls are in playoffs. They start a game in about 20 minutes, and then boys are wrapping up the regular season. So we're in the home stretch.
Is the girls' next game here?
No, they hosted the first round on Monday, and they won, and they're at Potsdam tonight.
They're
Six-
at
at 6:30. So hopefully they win.
Any questions?
Was it, just out of curiosity, was it, how big a crowd they had for the club game?
Club game, it wasn't too bad. They probably would have more because the boys were playing Ithaca inside. But I would say I went out there a couple times. There's at least 50 people around there.
I don't know.
And in between the periods of the boys varsity game, people would go out and watch and then come back in. So it was a beautiful day. It was
Yeah.
like 20 degrees, full sun. It was nice.
Really good. Mhm.
The only thing I have to add to my report is, met with highway committee this week. And we spoke about possibly doing a little bit of tuition assistance. We've got one of our crew members that has his class B license. And he would like to get his class A, but the only way you can do that now is to go through a New York State accredited school. We can't train in-house for anything like that anymore. So what I had proposed to them was that we would put $2,500 towards it, the town would, towards his tuition. He was planning on paying for it all out of pocket. I'd like to do this for him because I believe it'll benefit the town probably more than it's gonna benefit him. But with the stipulation that he wouldn't get the $2,500 until 1 year from the day that he passes his road test. So he would have to work, he would have to stay employed at the highway garage for 1 year from the day that he passes his road test and actually has his license. Then he would get reimbursed for it.
This might be the 2027 budget.
So,
Correct.
That's right.
and so, but, have to have some sort of, a written agreement, or is that something? I don't really-
MOA.
Yeah, it's
MOA.
probably
Agreed.
simpler than trying to, probably simpler than trying to amend
The contract.
contract to put that in it. We just have a, yeah. And
We have to.
It's simple.
We, have we ever done it for,
Yeah.
just out of curiosity,
Between
have we
us
done it
and
for
him, we'll
anybody
do
else?
it. Yeah.
We've always been able to do in-house before, so
Nobody's had this.
the money
conflict.
got spent, but nobody ever saw a bill.
Did they-
Because it was our people doing it, our trucks, our fuel.
taking.
So it probably,
Our time.
Now they
probably-
think SUNY Canton, where he's gonna take classes?
Yeah.
you can do it through SUNY Can or BOCES. BOCES only has automatic shift trucks. So right now, he doesn't have a restriction for automatics only because we don't have an automatic. So if he goes and takes his tractor trailer license at BOCES, he'll be restricted to automatics only. Then has to swing around and go take another road test to get that restriction lifted. So SUNY Canton is pretty much his only option at this point. And it's cheaper, he told me. He went and got all the prices. It's over $7,000 for someone to go to school. For him already having a CDL license, just wanting to change classes. It was over 5,000, what he told me. I don't remember the exact number, but
Reimbursing that.
yeah. And like I said,
All right,
I feel it's going to benefit the town tremendously to be able to have them.
okay, so we'll work on, I'll get Eric when he's back to draft,
Memorandum of understanding.
whatever, MOA, MOU, whatever you wanna call it.
It's an MOU. Yeah.
And we'll have it ready for our March board meeting.
So
If
he
we-
probably,
Maybe.
so then it would be agreed upon and. it would be
Yeah,
voted
yeah,
on.
we prove it and sign it, he'd have to sign it.
Okay.
And, or however Eric says that
Mhm.
easiest way to format it, so.
Okay,
Alright.
Yep.
That it?
and there was the one other item that we had spoken about that I thought. we
Yeah, we're gonna add that to, when we get to the agenda items, we'll be adding that.
Okay.
Any other committee? No, everybody else here, I did talk to Mike McQuaid. Mike had to leave. He planned on being here, but then they changed the schedule at SUNY Can't for him. And the only thing he was gonna report on is the sale of the solar project. On the other side, out the end of, well, Old DeKalb Road, across the county road, and then right there at the intersection. It was owned by REV Renewables. And it was bought by Aurora Renewables. But what we have to do, and we're working on it now, is we've got $64,704.50 of REV's money that they put in escrow. And so we've got to reimburse that to them once we get the proper paperwork from them. And then it'll be up to Aurora to send us a new escrow agreement with the money. And then we'll go from that. I don't know, it's been a while since we've done one. The one out at Hayes's is in the process, but I don't know what your feeling is, whether we should look at maybe trying to increase our host community benefit agreement. I mean, the original 5 were all done at the same time. With a value of $1,500 per meg,
How long ago, Jim?
and that's, that agreement's gotta be post 4 years old.
Yeah, that's about right.
I'm gonna say, and so, and I don't know if we'd have any luck with it or not, but, there,
How far along is the project?
not even started.
Hasn't even started.
No, and I mean, I'm gonna guess Aurora, because until they pay their escrow money, nothing can happen. And I assume because they are new, that they can't take the planning board approval of another company's. I assume they're gonna have to go through the whole process. And they can't get a building permit until the escrow monies are in. And they have, I think, got agreement on their pilot and their host community benefit agreement. And so
Did I ask a question?
road use,
Yeah,
okay,
if that were the case, if that was.
Yeah,
started
and-
over,
yeah.
would that be?
yeah, because that is on, it is on a town road, it is on a town road. So we'll have to throw that road use agreement in with it. So,
We just paved that 2 years ago.
Hmm?
We just paved that road 2 years ago,
the
other end.
other end of it,
The far end?
all right?
We're just on that, one of the things we gotta keep in mind, I think, is, they bought it probably with the knowledge of what the expenses are gonna be. So, I mean, I know, I'm just saying that that's gonna be a factor, I think, when we talk to them.
They,
That's why I asked how far along the
they,
project was,
they
because
should,
a lot of times these companies will flip these and another company will buy the existing project,
I understand.
right? So, yeah, I'm thinking along your line is what I'm saying.
Oh. Just figuring that early negotiations were done and then they jump in and tried to flip it,
Right.
thinking that they're thinking, I'm thinking that they're thinking,
When they flipped it, it was a done deal.
that's right.
Yeah,
I would hope they'd be smarter than that, but
Well,
maybe not.
Well, something we can talk
I
about.
mean, because, you know, they've got, they, I assume it's not the first one they've ever done.
Probably.
And so when, yeah, I don't think you buy. I don't think you can buy the process.
I wonder if there's, I don't know, this, we can probably have to ask you that. If they're not wondering if the process is already done. That's what I'm wondering. I don't know. That's something
And
I,
it's always been my understanding that they can't do anything until they've satisfied their escrow. And they have their host community benefit, their pilot and road use, all those boxes checked. Before they can move forward and do anything.
that's what, that's what.
And
they
I'm
told us.
saying none of those are done. Maybe. I don't see how they could. I'll, you know, I check with Eric and I'll check with Mike again tomorrow, but I don't see how they can just take. Another company's approval. And go ahead with it.
Because of where it is in the process. So I guess I don't know, I'm trying to clear it through my head. So if they were to buy one that's already functioning, Would they have to go through the whole process again?
No, that one's already up and running. This one here nothing's been done.
Except for the negotiations?
No, I don't think, we never talked to our.
Oh, we haven't, that's not, okay.
No,
Oh, I
we
thought,
never had, we have
that's
done
different.
nothing.
okay,
We've done nothing with REV
okay.
that I'm aware of.
Is that,
They-
is that the original
they-
one you're talking
they-
about? We haven't done anything with the original one?
They may have gotten planning board approval. Because we had the escrow monies. But they never turned any dirt at all. There's nothing ever got done beyond it. And I don't recall ever negotiating post-community benefit. Again, I'd have to check with Bill
Okay.
Buchanan because that had been through Bill.
Well, that's
but
different.
Aurora has already been told that Bill is not doing our solar anymore, and so they need to talk to,
Well, that's a
Well,
different,
we
that's a
talked
different situation than if the negotiations hadn't even started yet.
So-
for that. So, in my mind, that's totally different then.
I'll find out.
Something we're probably gotta do through the
Next few
solar.
days and go. and-
So the process, the planning board, they go through the planning board before all the boxes are checked? Should they have been to the planning board yet, without the
They
road
may-
use?
I think that they may be able to go to the planning board and get approval. Because I guess probably doesn't make much sense to negotiate a pilot or a host community benefit agreement. If you're not gonna get approval for the project, so they may have been to the planning board, but before they can start construction.
No,
they
that's
have
what,
to have
that's what they told us.
the other
at
boxes
the
all checked.
Zoom meeting we were at, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't know. Clerk. Report.
Oh, I don't really have anything to add. The most important thing is the taxes. We've satisfied the town supervisor for all the money that we need to allocate toward them. So our next step will be to start paying the county their money. So yeah, we've been extremely busy with taxes, so but
And
that's really the most important, I think.
you leave when?
I leave this Saturday for AOT.
Okay.
I'll be back Thursday.
Alright.
Office will be open though, because Tasha will still be there.
Any questions for Heidi? Not. All good with committee reports. I don't know, department reports, that's right. Now on the committee report.
You typically make a motion to accept them.
Do you want?
I've done it for 4 years.
So the department reports, right?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
the department reports.
Just the department?
Yeah.
Not the committee.
You never done the committee ones in the past, but just the department ones.
So move to accept the department head reports.
Yes.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah. Motion. To accept. There's
So you
stuff
put
for-
little lines on
or
things that need
stuff for the
motion,
draft of-
so you guys don't forget.
Committee reports. I'll go first. Building committee met. And we'll need an executive session to discuss. Possible contracting. We met also with, insurance committee, met with Ian.
Yeah.
From Burnham Benefits on our town health insurance, and I think that was a useful meeting.
Mhm.
Cleared up a lot of things that I wasn't understanding about the new HRA. And, so far it seems to be,
Functioning.
haven't had any real hiccups that I'm aware of, so. It,
And he's already met with the employees too, to explain it to them as well.
Right. Um. Economic development?
Yeah, economic development, Matt, the big thing, there's a lot going on right now with economic development. It's all in a report, if you read a report, but the big thing is, that, the Village Green proposal. Was out for bid, and we got 6 bids for the Village Green. And the lead group is gonna be the, Economic Development Steering Committee that meets every month over at Best Western and incorporates all the different users, the hospital, et cetera, the St. Lawrence, SUNY Cannon. And so we've all been sent a copy of the proposals from the 6 different committees. We have to review them. We have a rating form. We have to rate them. We're gonna narrow it down from 6 to hopefully 3 is our goal, but that depends on the quality of the reports. I haven't looked at them yet. And we're gonna go over those, recommendation for the village's March meeting for interviewing firms. And then we'll interview the firms during the time of the meeting, so. So hopefully we'll have a recommendation for the village's March meeting, she says. So we're meeting
19.
the 19th, and we're gonna go over all that. So we have to have those, the ratings in for the committee by Friday, I believe.
Tomorrow.
It's tomorrow, Thursday,
Yeah.
okay. And then, yeah, he's on the committee, so then we'll invite by Zoom for the 19th. That's the big, that would stress, everything else is right in the report. A lot of things going on. The Waterfront Advisory Committee, I don't know who's on that from this group, but you're going over the LWRP boundaries and stuff.
Yeah, mainly they were looking to modify it and maybe expand on a few different boundaries.
It includes Oswegatchie now,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
So it includes Oswegatchie now as well.
and there's more stuff up on the website now, and there's, I think they actually created another one too, where people can get on and take a look at it, and just, they're more or less looking for public input right now. They're still in the very early stages of that.
Okay, yep. And they're doing it, there actually is also a Willow Island committee, but they're not gonna be involved because mostly it's gonna be the engineering part right now, the restoration of the banks and stuff. There's money left over from this grant, then it'll go to the Willow Island Committee to use up the rest of the money, but right now they're working, it's mostly engineering and flood problems and stuff like that. The final application for the Bent Bean Brewing is in, so they're hopefully starting to ordering ingredients and begin brewing, and they're hoping, this says spring, but I thought I saw April or March or April in the North Country Now. Yeah, the North Country Now. And then everything else is as she put in her report. Her report's pretty thorough. Another committee, the Complete Streets didn't meet this month, but I'm in the process of talking to businesses about possibly doing the pop-up on Prentice Lane. Prentice Lane behind, so I've talked to Tim already about some of the logistics of it, and I've met with a few of the business owners, and I'm going to continue, and we're going to meet the second Monday of next month with the Complete Streets, and hopefully we'll have more to report from there.
You direct meet
Next week.
We meet next week.
next week? Highway did meet, but the highway items are on the agenda.
Yeah, except for one. You wanna talk about your truck?
That's gonna be on the agenda.
Okay.
Okay. Wait a minute. Any other committee reports? If not, we'll move right along. Under old business, an update on the New York State legislation S 1183, expansion of exemptions for disabled veterans. We discussed this at our joint meeting, so that if we did something, we tried to be on the same page with the village. And so Cindy reached out to Warren Wheeler, who is the president of the New York State Assessors Association. And she asked them, she wrote, the new law that was passed by the Senate for the veterans that are at 100% disabled cannot pay property taxes. Do you have a copy of a resolution from any of the towns out there that are going to act on it? And his response was, I do not know of anyone that has passed it. There is a chapter amendment that should be signed soon. If it passes both houses, that changes the date to assessment rolls produced on or after October 1, 2026. And there will not be a resolution needed, as the local option is being rescinded, meaning it will be a mandatory exemption. And so if they go ahead and do this, then we have no say in it, and it'll be mandated by the state. So they'll do this last month, but we do have 2 vacancies on our planning board for alternate positions. And Ian McKellar has expressed interest in being an alternate. I'd entertain a motion to appoint Ian.
So moved.
Motion by Brown.
Second.
Second by Cuthbert. Further discussion? What?
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Update on the reval. Did Cindy sent you this
Yes.
with all of the neighborhoods
Yep.
in the back? And so I did question her. I said, how can 2 locations be in the same neighborhood? And she said, what happens there is if there is an anomaly in that area, they take it out and fit it into, to compare it in a different neighborhood that's more fitting with whatever it is.
An anomaly being a much bigger house than anything
Yeah,
else in the neighborhood, something like that.
Yeah.
So they put it with other comps.
And this is the sheet that everybody's gonna get with their new assessment on. It's from GAR. Why are you receiving this notice? What you need to know, what you need to do, and when will the new assessment take effect? Did she send that to you?
Yes.
Then I'll make sure that
We didn't get one either.
make sure that you all see it, because that will be in with all of them, that, you know, like it says, why are you receiving this notice? According to New York State real property tax law, all property assessments must be valued at the same uniform percentage. To maintain this legal requirement, assessment updates must be performed periodically. By implementing this program, assessments remain fair and equitable.
So that's gonna be what your new value is gonna be on your house?
That will
I
be
didn't see this.
in the same envelope as your
New,
Your
I
disclosure.
always want to call it an impact statement, but
No.
they agreed that it's going to be a
Is it disclosure form or something?
disclosure statement.
disclosure notice,
Notice that's it.
disclosure notice.
And they're supposed to be mailed 2nd of March, right?
or you may receive them by the 2nd of March.
Did you get any answers on your question that you brought up about whether the new tax breaks, like the new star and everything, remember she said it
They
was,
will be.
they will be there.
As long as they have them. The only one, if you. I think it was for ag buildings. Because the values are done. But if you have an ag building, you can still, you can put that in at any time. Because ag buildings get I believe 10-year exemption. But if you're turning them in right now, they will not go in. But because you didn't turn it in, GAR does not have that information, so it will be assessed as it was prior to the building being built. And then Cindy puts it in her 27 file, and then she'll include it for 2027. That's when the exemption will finally take place. But all the other exemptions, all they gotta do is plug them in.
Okay, because Cindy wasn't sure they were gonna be on them, but they are going to be.
Yes.
Okay.
Because, and I showed him a model that I had from Potsdam and it included, and I did not turn my exemption in until probably sometime in February, but it was noted on my impact. So. And don't be afraid to ask Cindy anything you want with regard to it, and she tries to help you out, but sometimes I go up and I ask her a question and then I just come back shaking my head because it's not simple stuff to understand.
It's a lot.
It's assessments are complicated. Moving on to new business, gotta add 2 items. Number 4. Looking for highway superintendent to purchase a new truck. And number 5. Annual review of the town clerk, tax collector. And supervisor's office. Start with the resolutions for the Association of Towns. I asked you to look them over. As I pointed out, 8 of the resolutions that the first 8 are all ones that they presented last year at their annual meeting. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 were all new. Last year there was 17. Has everybody had the chance to look them over?
Yeah.
Anybody want to discuss any of them individually?
Just an assumption on my part, I'm assuming that 1 through 8 didn't pass at the state level and that's why they're there again.
Could very well be, or they're just ongoing to
Every year.
make sure that they stay. Maintain an increased aim. I'm gonna say, no, our aim did not increase, so. Yeah, that's why it's back there again. Same with, reform inequities, and real property tax cap. They haven't changed that from what it was, so chances are, they submit these, but they don't go anywhere at the state level. Now, last year, the only one we didn't approve was the one that was going to allow us to set speed limits. And we said no on it. And
You were the only no, huh?
No, I wasn't the only no. I wasn't. There wasn't very many of us, but
you-
I held that proud for you,
and-
Stephen.
and it's not back in this packet. And we haven't heard anything about it, so I would assume that it died somewhere and they just decided not to bring it back up again. So
Because if it hadn't died, we would have got some kind of notice, right?
we would have certainly got a notice
Mhm.
and we'd have been hearing about it, or at least the highway superintendent would have been hearing about it from local people, so.
Okay.
Um, so that being said, if we're ready, would anyone care to make a motion to approve or designating or stating our approval for all 14 resolutions?
To support them.
I make that motion that Heidi vote yes and support all 14 resolutions.
We have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? And so, are you able to put all these up on the website?
Where?
I don't know, but, because we didn't read them individually,
I think
Uh,
we put them in the board public packet. If not, that's where I can put them for the public to view them. But
I think, because we approved them all, and didn't go through them one by one by one by one and stating what they actually were,
Right.
um,
I mean, you're supporting.
to be transparent
AOT.
about it.
Not necessarily.
I think, can we make these available
I
somehow?
mean, I'm pretty sure we put them in the public packet. That's on the website under the minutes.
Okay,
If they're not, we can put them there.
okay,
Like, I don't have like a specific place for them to live on the website,
Okay.
but yes.
yep. Very good.
Because again, just so there's no confusion too, like you are supporting AOT to pass these resolutions. You, the town yourself, are not passing these resolutions.
We're
Huh?
voting that for you to vote yes, support.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Moving on.
I just don't want people at home watching later thinking you guys.
Permission for highway superintendent to sell surplus equipment. He has a 1975 Rogers lowboy trailer, 1999 Hudson trailer, and a 2015 Chevy pickup box that he wants to sell as surplus. Someone want to make a motion to approve doing that?
I'd like to make that motion.
Motion made by Cuthbert,
Second.
second by Tylon. Discussion,
Money will end up going where? From the sales, into the highway?
well, yeah.
Okay.
It'll go back into equipment to,
Highway
and,
equipment.
yeah, surplus equipment, we usually, and nothing like that, we usually put back in, because he'll want it to buy something else.
I wouldn't get like real excited.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not-
Yeah,
yeah,
No, I understand that. No,
Right.
no, yeah.
Wait
I
it.
wasn't expecting hundreds of thousands.
We're like looking for a minimum bid to be slightly more than what it would
cost
if we
you to
take it
bring
to
it
the
to the
salvage
scrap
yard.
yard.
and
No,
put
no
it
collector's
across the
items or
scale.
anything like that, right? No, okay.
We're just
Okay.
hoping to make more than it would cost to take it to the scrap yard, get rid of it.
Yeah. It's-
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oh, carried. Budget amendment. We wanna move recreation funds from
See that.
B contingency to Parks and Recreation contractual expense in our 2026 budget. At the time we did the budget, we did not have a signed rec agreement with the village. And so there was some that felt the right place to put the money was into contingency until that contract was approved. And that's what happened, and now it needs to go where it belongs.
Mhm.
So, we have a motion. to move.
I make a motion to move the funds from the B contingency back to Parks and Recreation contractual expenses.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion on it?
That's a full contingency amount.
Pardon?
Was that intended to be the? full
164,
consistency? No,
164.5.
okay. Just one for
Yeah.
clarifying.
Yep. Sorry about that. Should have included it. All in favor?
Right?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, carried. 4, permission for highway superintendent to purchase a new truck. This has been ongoing for a couple of years. We had the money in the budget a year ago. Highway superintendent looked around, had prices and whatever, and then the money got,
Moved.
well, I don't know. Things happened and it didn't get spent. And so it went into the new budget and he has an opportunity to buy a 2026 Chevy Silverado 3500 HD with a plow for a total of 60,271.43. 55,000 of that would come out of the equipment account, which would drain that. We'll have to find the other 50-some hundred, but it'll probably come out of disaster relief. Because I've been dealing with FEMA. As you know, following Debbie Storm, Stephen, Christie, and Marianne spent a lot of time putting together everything that happened as a result of Debbie Storm. We have received, I finally signed off and received the first check in the amount of $8,732.40. I just signed off Monday or yesterday on the roads part of it. And there was detail, I think there was damage done. I saw it was 32 cents.
It was a long 24 hours.
And it was detailed as to the amount of stone or gravel or whatever it took, man hours, and keep track of everything. And Christy and Stephen did a good job of putting that all together. And the one I signed off on Monday, I believe it was for 49,000 and change. And then there are 2 more that are pending. Both of them are under review. One of them got in the hands of Army Corps, but we're working, and they're very good, because we had a meeting with them, web meeting with them, and I think we'll be fine as far as getting all of those reimbursements. And so I'm gonna say that the balance of that will come out of is, what I don't know is, do they need a deposit in order to build that truck?
He's never asked for any.
Okay, and so,
Probably a signed contract, I would guess. but
Okay.
he's Never,
and so by the time it arrives, which might be,
he said at least 4 months, probably.
and so by the time it arrives, then we'll know. We'll have a resolution transferring the money into the equipment account in order to pay for it. Any questions with regard to it? If not, we have a motion. Or have we done one?
We haven't done one yet.
It's time to do
I
one.
make the motion.
Motion by Kyle. Second by Cuthbert.
Yep.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Alright.
Now we need some volunteers. Our next item is the annual review of the town clerk's office, and for tax collection, since Heidi is leaving on Saturday. It won't be right away, but, we gotta figure out who's gonna do it and when. Some idea when,
2 and 2.
Mhm.
2 and 2.
And
Has,
in the past, you don't have your deputy supervisor do your office.
So that means he's gotta do you.
That's fine, but I'm just saying that in the
Okay.
past, the deputy supervisor doesn't do the supervisor's
Mm.
books.
yous haven't done court yet, have you?
We're still waiting to
No.
hear from them.
You guys still waiting to hear from them?
Their office is in disarray because of the construction.
So John and Wayne are doing court, because they're the committee, how do you? You're gonna get stuck with one, Greg.
Depends on whose books you want audit, review.
You got, and, you know, you can do one, do you wanna, you can help, in there, or, Randy, you've done
Heidi.
Heidi.
So is
Yeah,
John.
the thing of it is,
my first year.
I've done your office a couple times.
Yeah.
Wanna do her office,
well,
John?
you've done,
Yeah.
if you've done it,
I can't do
if
his.
he
office.
can't do his, so
office.
if you, so how about John, you and Greg wanna do Heidi's? And Randy and Wayne can do mine?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay,
So,
I'll tell you what, you tell us when it's good. And then we'll.
Anytime when I come back,
And then we'll
Okay.
figure it
that
out.
last week or
Well,
that first week of,
you're going, Heidi, you'll
Don't forget to
get in touch with them
Yeah.
and you get a hold of Christie and she's probably ready to go as soon as you want it.
Okay.
As soon as you wanna do it.
And you have the forms, right?
Yes,
You have.
the forms,
I do.
Okay.
forms have been printed out. And if you give Heidi a little bit of time. Some of the time is slow and part of it is putting in all those bank accounts.
Hmm.
And so if those are all, already gone, that speeds,
using memorizing.
it speeds things up a little bit.
I did, but
Oh.
I did, but I'm not doing you.
Did you really? Good
No.
for you.
I
I didn't know.
Is there anything else? You wanna bring? If not, that's all I have. And so we gotta go into executive session to discuss a contract. Motion to do,
so moved.
motion made. Brown. Second
Second.
by Kaya. All in favor?
I
Aye. Moving right along.